All right, and we are live now. So, hey everybody, and
Hello.
thanks for joining us. That's that. We got it, everybody.
It's beautiful.
Is everybody in? Sweet. All right, so we have Ashton Robertson here on the Project Bring Me Life podcast. It's our first podcast on a Thursday, so pretty excited. For this podcast, we're going to do it a little bit differently than on Tuesday. This is going to be a little bit more open and free-flowing. So Ashton today released his new album.
Yeah, I'm about to release it right now, and
Awesome.
click enter on this post. So if you want to listen, here you go.
So
We're gonna do it right now.
he's going to post his link, and his new album is being released at this very second. So this is very exciting. His new album is a remix album, and what was the title?
Cosmic Fractals.
Cosmic Fractal.
I just posted it on the Spaceship Earth page.
And I'm sharing.
Nice.
So-
Yeah, let me share it on my page.
Sharing on Project Bring Me to Life's Facebook.
If you guys wanted, you could listen to it while we're doing the podcast, have a little bit lower, and have a little nice, awesome background music. This is
Oh,
Spaceship Earth's second album he's releasing, so it's got a lot going on. I was gonna ask you
almost done.
what inspired you to create the remix album.
I didn't really plan on it, honestly. I've been in the process of making what I call my first album for like about a year and a half, which is an album that technically hasn't come out yet, called Interdimensional Passport. And then in the middle of that process, I entered a few remix contests and started accumulating and getting better at making remixes, and just kind of finished it in the process while kind of trying to because when you work on a project too singly focused, at least for me, the work started to get watered down. So the more space I took away from my music and making the remixes, I would come back and make, I feel like, better music in the end. So Contact was kind of like a baby out of that. And this album is, because I had like 30 tracks. So Contact, I just put 8 tracks, not necessarily the worst at all, but just put 8 tracks to make an album. And then Interdimensional Passport will come out in a few months.
Nice, awesome. What was your, I guess, favorite track to work on?
On the remix album, they were all pretty fun. Each one was super unique. There's like a range of genres, which was super fun to experiment. Like the 4th and 5th tracker have like some 808 basses, which I don't usually use, like more like hip hop, down tempo, like really down tempo, like sensual kind of vibe, and then the other ones are more up tempo. But my favorite one is probably the second track, Find Your Cloud by Papadozio, because, well, I don't think they've ever had a remix of any of their songs before. And that band's just changed my life so much in the last few years that I feel like they need the promotion. Like, I hope someone listens to Find Your Cloud and has never heard of Papadozio and they find them. Like, that's why.
That song actually helped me get to your set at 3DL, because we were actually in the dinner hall and I walked outside to go get my hula hoop. And I probably wouldn't have known exactly what stage you were on because everything was changing so much, and that wasn't really anybody's fault. But I heard that song and took off, and then found you on stage.
That's
it was
awesome.
Amazing. It was amazing.
You were talking about 3D.
I was talking about 3D.
Yeah, 3DL is amazing.
Yeah, 3D.
That was the first time I ever played that track.
Really?
Yeah, the Find Your Cloud. I wanted to play it there because Papadozio is from Asheville,
Yeah.
and that's where 3DL was. So.
You actually missed Mr. Stud at 3DO. He had to run and get you like mid-dinner line. We fought over who was going to come get you though.
Yeah,
we were determined to make sure you didn't
I was
want
literally napping as my set was supposed to start. I thought it was supposed to start an hour later.
Yeah.
And you had a dream that was going to happen.
Yeah, I had a dream, and then I was like, oh, I had a dream, so I'll definitely be on time. And then I like made sure to look at the schedule, and the schedule had like 6:15 to 7:15, and then listed 4 bands, and I was at the bottom of that, so it said Spaceship Earth, and right next under that said 7 p.m. So I was like, sweet, nap until 7.
Yeah.
And then it was totally late.
Yeah, Billy Mays was actually the one who
Yeah, he
told
was
us to get. He's like, make sure you tell Ashton. Are you gonna go tell Ashton? Like,
And we've been sitting in food for like a while, and like we were almost getting ready to get it, and then we were like, oh no, which one of us is gonna go? And he was like, I'm doing it, I'm running, and he just took off before we even.
You don't even like running.
I don't, but I was gonna run for you. I don't like running. It's
Yeah,
not
my
thing.
reaction when he got there was like, no way.
Yeah, dude.
I came a long way to this festival, and to miss my set is not good. So I got there like 10 minutes late. But
They were actually still like taking off their equipment, weren't they? The people.
yeah, I think they let them play longer because they got the message that I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, festivals are really unique experience. There's a huge range of different kinds of festivals too. Like this year, I've played Root Wired and 3DL, and I've Root Wire's like more same kind of vibe, like spiritual kind of festival. And I've played Yoga Fest, was like super spiritual. But then I've played festivals where it's just electronic music, and it's just been interesting is. Because I play guitar over my electronic music, I get into festivals that most electronic music normally wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So some festivals I'll be like the electronic artist at the jam band festival, or other festivals I'll be on like the jam stage because it's an all electronic festival, and I'm like unique to that, which is it's been a really interesting experience so far to like hear people's feedback like from my music, just like people saying that they never really liked electronic music before, or like vice versa, like, oh, I never really liked guitar, like jam music, I've liked electronic music for like the last 20 years, and like I heard you and I was like, yeah, like that's really cool combination. It's just been interesting, like getting feedback on both like spectrums, like, oh, this is too much, or this is not nearly enough electronic, it's too much guitar, or it's not enough guitar for the jam band kids, or like it's been interesting to find a balance. So I've been trying to make a wider range of genres and tempos and just overall sounds and different instruments, different scales. Like it's fun to switch up using a lot of like Middle Eastern scales. I've learned a lot of Middle Eastern scales since making electronic music, but then not like sticking with that all the time and still using like the standard scales you would hear in America all the time, like more rock, like pentatonic scales and stuff like that.
Pentatonics is what is that? Because I know it's also a band, like a cappella group.
A pentatonic scale is kind of like a go-to scale for soloing in rock. It's called penta because that's derived from, well, penta means 5. So it's a 5-note scale. Always the same intervals for every key. So you can like use the scale pattern in every key. Doesn't matter.
So do you feel like you have an edge with your electronic music / live instrumentation? Do you feel like that sets you apart from a lot of people who play at festivals?
Yeah. I feel like I'm honestly surprised that it's not more out there. Even just like some live keyboards over some electronic music, because most electronic music's made on the keyboard anyway. But yeah, it really does like give me that edge that I didn't really necessarily expect at first, but then have really, really enjoyed, and then kind of saw the potential a few months ago of like, whoa, I can technically be, like for me, which is good, more valuable because I have the live instrumentation, but then also just I can go play with a huge range of artists. I've had shows where there was 3 bands and then I was the closing act, and the bands, we just had so much fun together because I used to be in bands and I love that kind of vibe. Spaceship Earth used to actually be a 3-piece band. It was a drummer, a bass player, and then I played guitar and sang, and then used my computer and keyboard casually, but mainly just played guitar and sang. And so Spaceship Earth really transformed. It started in 2012, but then I made it a solo project in like January 2013. So I really haven't been doing it that long.
When did in 2012? When did it start? When did you guys first come together?
I think it was the spring. I found my drummer after being in a band that I had. I pretty much quit the other band that I was in, which was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of experiences, a lot of great experiences. And then for like, there was probably like a year in between that though, because I remember for like 7 months straight, I had a notepad, and that's how long it took me to come up with the name Spaceship Earth. I probably had like anywhere between 100 and 500 names on a list, and like just wanted to come up with the best name, and that one just was like near the end of the process and us brainstorming one day, and I came up with it, and I was like, oh man, that's it.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like if anyone on Earth can realize that we're like hurling through space on this like empty sea of nothing, then you can, I don't know, for me that just shifted my consciousness so hardcore, like, wow, our life is such a blessing, and we should all appreciate it more, and we should treat the Earth better. And also I feel like the Earth is like a living organism. It's like one thing, we're part of that, and maybe it doesn't have to be contained to our solar system. Maybe Earth could be like spaceship literally and like go other places. I've heard that, but
we're just orbiting the sun because
yeah,
that's what
we
we've
just
always
happen
been
to be
told.
orbiting the sun.
If we all believed elsewise, we could go elsewhere. We have a question. Samantha wants to know if you have any clips from the original 3-piece Spaceship Earth, because they would be interesting to hear.
I've got to have some somewhere. There's got to be.
You should make like the history of Spaceship Earth, just like a real quick like video or something sometime.
Yeah, I'll make a Wikipedia.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like you've had a lot of steps. I mean, everybody should have Wikipedia. Right. We need a Project Bring Me to Life Wikipedia. Why is that not a thing?
Who wants to do that?
Let's make that a thing.
I love Wikipedia.
That should be a thing, though.
I learned about so much in Wikipedia.
Yeah. Wikipedia's got a lot of information. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, in general, it sounds like you've had like a lot of steps to your project, so that would be a good thing to do, like a history for everybody. They want to hear what you started out as.
Yeah, it was like I used to be in a band in high school called Aviators, and I was a guitar player, and we all moved to Kalamazoo, Michigan together, to go to Western Michigan University, and they kicked me out of the band within a few months of us moving out there, and they said I wasn't good enough. So that was like in 2008, so I started getting a lot better, and then probably in 2010, I dropped out of school and ran away to California. And then I pretty much wrote my first song that year about kind of like, it's called Off the Map. I like just really like wanted to go leave what I had known for so long, go to the West Coast. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
And then came back in 2011, And that's when I really started making music on my own and like seeking out people to be in bands with for the first time instead of just playing by myself and jamming with people. 2011 and 2012 was like a huge year for me, going to music festivals for the first time and being exposed to electronic music. I didn't really listen to electronic music, like even in, maybe the first time I heard a dubstep was in 2010, and I was like, oh, what is that? But I didn't really listen to it that much. I listened to, a lot of Radiohead and Incubus, and I mean, I listen to any kind of music. Like Ree knows, I listen to a lot of pop music. What would be called?
Speaking of Ree, shout out
music.
because she's all in here, and she just asked you, why do you make music in general, Ashton? And she said, I love the way Ashton Bears words things.
Why do I make music? I think it's part of my soul mission during this life for me to be making music. One thing that really clicked for me, I feel like what you do when you're at a show, when you're listening to music, it's kind of creating a little mini reality for you, really an entire reality. So I was really into spirituality before I got into music. So for me, music was this catalyst for me to get out in the world more, first of all, get out of my hermit spirituality stuff, and then have a way to express through my music my spirituality and my feelings about everything. But I really realized that music creates an entire reality, and most people weren't really considering that as they made their music. So for me, the reality that I want to live in is heavenly and epic and fun and dynamic and inspiring and magical and miraculous. I don't know, things like that. So I want to create this space, literally, for people to heal themselves and, dance out their fears. I want people to just feel the music. You don't have to believe what I say, and that's really good. Like, later on, I want to really put all my thoughts down and release a book. Inside an album where every chapter is a song. Because I'm really using music as my platform for all of my art and creation. Like, it's just kind of the beginning for me. I realized Spaceship Earth, like, I want to make clothes and books and poetry, and I have crazy ideas about building cities and festivals and just entire worlds. Like, I would love to build a world.
But you're already doing a lot of those things, aren't you? We've got shirts, and you're working on a website. You got your CDs. You've got all kinds of stuff going. You do poetry.
Thank you.
And we're slowly getting to creating a community.
Yep. Yeah, eventually, that's the main goal of spirituality. Or, well, I guess, Spaceship Earth and spirituality. The main goal for Spaceship Earth is to eventually, well, it's co-creation. That's the idea that all of us are on the spaceship, and there's no passengers. We're all crew. Like, I keep saying that everywhere. So I also had this thought when I was making the idea of Spaceship Earth, because I had this experience at festivals where I felt like what I was watching on stage was like a projection of my mind. So during the creation of the project, I began to understand that this wasn't my project, and this project was not only going to be fueled by other people, but was literally being manifested through the entire collective of Earth for it to just come. I just happened to be like a door that it came through, and yeah, I feel strongly about that. When people are going to be in the crowd and being like, "Wow, I'm making this happen," and I'll be like, "Yeah, you literally have been making this happen for 2 years, and you've been trying to manifest this." And I just happen. Well, I think everyone's doing that with everything that they do, but this project in particular, I had full awareness of that while I was making it, which I thought was super unique because in the end it's just me making all of it, and it's just one person, but it's really all of us.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about people meditating during your sets. I often love meditating while you're playing, and I know there's a lot of other people there that while they're listening to you play at your shows, they will just automatically sit down next to your spot and just meditate for your set.
Yeah, that's also been like two worlds that I've been able to slightly bridge, like the meditation and like the dance world, where certain people will say to music, like, I can't even dance this, I just have to meditate. And there's been, well, it first started happening because I pretty much like asked you guys to meditate on stage. I had just had this idea that instead of, well, I love having dancers and welcome that as much as possible too, but instead of the typical having dancers on stage, having some people meditate on stage, just kind of sending out good energy into the crowd to kind of like amplify the energy of the music and the space in general. And it really worked. And a few months later, when I wasn't having, like, I did like 3 shows where we had like meditators, like decided beforehand, and then I never did it again. But I've had multiple shows where people, just like 8 people start simultaneously, or like spontaneously meditating. And there's one show in Kalamazoo where it happened, and like everyone got on stage, like there was like 8 people meditating, and there was like just a few people dancing, and I just like kept going and just like was nearly brought to tears of I don't know, that experience. Like I was just humbled by it all, really surprised and blown away that I could make people do that. Like, I mean, really creating music and then people dance and move and like think certain things, to me, like that's so cool, that's so crazy. And if it can be like in an inward way, I think that's so important, that I can make people look inward, because I think self-reflection is like the foundation of being a good person.
You said they even got in like a pyramid and stuff for you, right? Like they got into like a like a specific kind of thing. Like they were activating and stuff.
It was crazy. Like 4 people on the bottom and 3 people on top, and like, well, 5 people on the bottom, like 1 person in the middle and 3 on top. So it just like made this pyramid.
Nice.
I was like, what's going on?
The chat room says they love your enthusiasm, by the way, and to keep it up. And Samantha wants to know where the Spaceship Earth shirts can be gotten.
Well, I'm in the process of making them right now. I like custom make them all with stencils and spray paint, and before I use bleached and vinegar, which is really harmful. So, well, it works on the shirts, but just like when you breathe it in, it's really toxic. So I've been trying to find other ways, and it's definitely been a process.
We're getting you a website made too, so eventually they'll be able to be on the website.
Yep. Really excited about the website.
Any of it.
Yeah, but soon I will post the picture, or I'll have pictures of the clothes and T-shirts, and I think I'm gonna post some poetry that I have, and just like give it away for free, and like some sample packs of like audio. If you want to, like, if you make electronic music, I'm gonna post that up there for free of some samples that I've made and like hand collected, and that'll be like on the spaceshipearth.bandcamp.com website. It'll just say music and it'll say merch, but I don't have enough to do that right now.
We're building inventory.
We're almost there.
Inventory is coming. We have another question.
Cool. After this, you should see if anybody wants to come on the cam.
Okay. We actually have a question from Allure Snow.
Whoa! You're out there.
She's been watching the whole time, but you guys have been flowing so awesomely. I haven't even got to tell you. But she wants to know that if Ashton was stuck on a deserted island with any other musician to talk to get inspiration from, who would it be?
Nice.
Oh my
Good.
gosh.
2 thumbs up.
And everybody was so excited when she joined the chat room because they were like, another name is in the box.
Oh, that's such a good box up in there.
I know, it's getting there. Things are happening.
Any musician on a deserted island. This one's tough.
Sorry. I'm talking to you guys.
I have so many going through my head. If I had to pick one musician to be stuck on a deserted island with, is it like end of the world scenario? Like,
She didn't say. How about you tell us?
Okay,
I think she just wants to know who you would enjoy being stuck on an island with to work with, something like that.
okay.
Pick one artist.
I'm just gonna go with Alice Space Dog because I
Right.
feel like having a singer and potentially, if it's the end of the world, having a female would be important to extend
need
the
the
human
link.
race.
Really?
I need the link.
All right.
Board
Alice
joining.
Space Dog. She let me remix her song. She gave me the stems, and it's the last track on the remix album. So if you're curious who Alice Space Dog is, check out my 12th track on the album that I just released, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And I hope one day soon she'll just have some vocals over one of my tracks. I've been in contact with her for a little bit. She's really cool.
What was her name?
Alice Space Style.
Was that the one that was at 3DL?
No, she's never played a show in the United States, actually.
Really?
Ooh,
Mhm.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's from Australia and Germany. So it was like, I found her music like 2 years ago, and it was super potent, like spiritual knowledge, wisdom guru girl, like who makes her own electronic music and then sings over it. So it's like, oh my God, it's like the greatest thing. And like a year and a half later, I got the courage to like message her, and she messaged me back, and I asked her for some stems and like acapellas. So she gave me 4 or 5. She gave me like a main vocal track, a backup vocal track, and 2 guitar line tracks, and that's all she gave me. So that's like in the remix, you'll just like everything else was completely made by me. And that's pretty much how every other remix is, except for a few of them. Like the older ones, I just like took the song, put it in Ableton, and like played over it, drums, bass, guitar, and just kind of molded it. But as I got more experienced, I'd quite like half of the remixes were permission from the artist to let me do the remix, and I got individual stems, which was super awesome experience. So cool.
So stem was kind of like a sample.
Yeah, it would be like an audio sample of like a vocal track or a wompy womp squish and like like some drums. You're like womp womp womp. You'll know if you don't know what a squish is. I recommend listening to the remix album. Maybe the Imagine Dragon track, like the snare, squishy.
Did somebody post a link in the chat room for the Bandcamp?
I can do that. I think Laura might come on. She's deciding.
Oh my god!
Oh, come on, Laura, you get in here right now.
Love.
We're not even talking to you. Come in.
Ree said she wants. I think it was Ree. Somebody said they want to know if you'll record a live set so that people that haven't gotten to see you live would get to see you.
Yeah, that's actually been on my mind for a little bit now. I wanted to release this remix album, and so I have another album that's going to come out in a few months. So the first thing I'm going to do after this, before I release my next album, is put up a live, like half an hour to an hour mix of my first album, my remix album, and then my big album, which is 23 songs. So like the world has no idea that I have 23 songs that are all originals. And then I'll probably post like at least an hour mix with me doing live guitar the whole time and live effects, and do a whole live set and post it up really soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Can do it on a podcast once we figure that out.
Yeah, I think maybe I figured it out actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty easy.
We can take a break and go to Spaceship Earth music. Not right now.
Right.
When we're
We could try.
Tuesday.
We should try later. I think I might have figured it out.
That'd be cool.
Dance party on Tuesday.
Is Laura coming in?
I don't think so. I think she's a little busy doing other things.
I understand.
But
That's okay.
they love you. We all love you.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love too. Has it? How long has it been?
It is 8:31.
Sweet.
Half an hour.
It's been really fun. Testing. It's our first Thursday podcast, and Ashton is our first guest on the Thursday podcast, which is a more flowy podcast.
He was our first guest on the Tuesday podcast.
He's been one of the most consistent persons on the podcast. When I was doing it for Eternal Tribe, and he was like always there. When I was doing it just for myself, he was there too. So thank you for like always being down to do this podcast thing. It's been so much fun.
Of course. For me, the podcasting thing it's been really great being by you guys, because you guys like inspire me to like get on camera and video more, and
Doing it.
I like made my first video blog. I haven't even posted it yet, but it was so healing just walking in the woods talking to myself. And then I was like, I did a 5-minute one, and then like I did like a 20-minute one. I'd never have talked to myself for 20 straight minutes. It was like afterwards, my body was like, I feel so empty and open, and I was just like vibrating. Like, oh my God, like help me, what I was talking about in the video, like help me realize what I was thinking about. And
Sure.
it was cool.
Yeah. Laura does a lot of video blogs on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. Hers are awesome.
Yeah. Very inspiring for sure.
Laura should post maybe a link of her preview to her book, which is coming out, which is
oh
god, it was like afterwards, my body was like, hello, being open, and I was just like, hi.
Hey, now you gotta pause the video because we can hear the
Realize what I was doing.
Oh no, what's happening? Oh shoot. Awkward tunnel.
Just minimize the one with the chat, I think.
Hello?
Is it working now?
Yeah.
She's got this.
I'm so sorry to just bust in your party.
Awesome.
It's so good to see you.
I know, it's so good to see you guys too, man. It's been a long time. Yay.
We're glad you joined.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's really good to see you guys. I just want to be a fly on the wall and just listen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to feel your energy.
For sure.
Like dynamic. Yeah. I'm like,
Ashton was just saying you might have missed it because you were joining in. He was just talking about your book and that you should post a link in the chat about your book that you're writing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I could do that. This is Ashton's show, though.
Exactly. Post
That's why
that
he
link.
said to do it.
Alright, let me see if I can pull it up.
Maybe we need to have an Allure Snow show?
You know who we need to interview? Doug Benson. That guy's hilarious. I was watching Getting Doug with High earlier on YouTube, this YouTube podcast channel.
With Jack Black on it?
Yeah, exactly. I am so excited to go to California and meet all those dudes.
It's gonna happen. We're working on it. We're making it manifest. It's in the program.
Seriously. I felt it so strongly earlier.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Laura has also done a few podcasts with me as well.
I know. I want to do a podcast with you guys. I just wanted to pop in and say how much Ashton's music has changed my freaking life, legitimately. He opened me up to like all of the electronic music and the festival scene, and I've never been to a festival, but like he completely like activated and got me into like all that music. So I will always be thankful for that.
Looks like who's actually looking at you.
Looking at that little camera.
Oh.
I'm so glad that you joined in. I wasn't sure that you were gonna come on.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, don't be sorry. It's so good. So good to hear you.
It is.
And thank you, though. Like, it's been so amazing for me to have you in the last year and a half or whatever, because I'd make a track and then I'd show Laura like every time. So she's probably like heard my music pretty much more than anyone else. On my SoundCloud, I think you have listened to my music more than anyone else in the world.
Really? Wow.
I can see her vibration raised so like immensely when she joined into the conversation. Ooh.
Yeah, I listen to your music a lot, man. It gave me a lot of downloads. I mean, it's like it's encrypted music. It's not just regular music. There's like hidden messages and hidden activations all within it. That's why people just sit and like meditate to it. If I went to your show, I'd probably be sitting there for most of the time, just completely meditating in the moment. Because it's like it's powerful stuff. It's a gateway opener.
Thank you.
Yeah. Stilo, I loved your photo shoot that you guys took the other day on the mountains. You guys all look so awesome.
Oh, that was Jake. What's his name?
Jake Marley.
Jake Marley.
Yep, Bob Marley's cousin.
Bob Marley's.
I don't know.
cousin.
But yeah, he did some awesome pictures. It was so cool. You actually
Oh
took them on
my
the sealer.
gosh, it was so cool. Yeah, I absolutely love photography, and going to cooler places helps photography. So we went to this really cool place and snapped this photo of CeeLo. That was cool.
It was actually Dan's Rock. You got to look over West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland all at the same time.
Yeah?
Yeah, you get to see like all over the place. One of my favorite places.
Look, it's Laura.
It's Laura!
Guys, yay! I'm in California, and you guys are in Maryland.
Yes. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of moving to California, right by Laura, and that should happen within the next short period of time.
Love in California.
Just so excited that we can talk and you can respond, like, and we can see your face moving too.
I know. I haven't actually gotten to like chat with any of you guys in a really long time.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing like podcasts for a while now. I was reflecting on that, like how long you've actually been recording them for.
Been like consecutively at least 11 weeks straight.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I thought we were on 12.
But we've done multiple podcasts in 1 week.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was 12.
12th week, 3 months.
This is our 13th podcast.
Oh, wow, dang. And it's the 13th.
Yeah,
Weird.
that is really cool. Hey, it's our 13th podcast here on November 13th, 2014.
Boom.
I really didn't mean to release the album today at all. I didn't really tell anyone in public what was going on because I was just like behind the scenes like but like the mastering company that I was emailing back and forth, like literally they sent all of the stuff and then it like got corrupted and got lost, and that happened like 4 times. So I think it was all really divinely timed out, and it all just kind of in a synchronistic way just kind of flowed. So it was really like, I remember you came home yesterday and you're like, hey, you're going to release your album on podcast. And I'm like, no, I'm going
I knew it was
tonight.
coming.
And then I was like, whoa, like you were right.
I knew, but well, the thing was,
So-
I wanted you to release it on Tuesday's podcast, but you weren't the guest, and that kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got to release it on the podcast. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
It's really cool how it worked out too.
Dude. Yep. It, you can listen to it if you want.
Get on that. Can I
Did you-
download it?
Did you send it?
Yeah, you can download it for free. All you have to do is type in click on name your price, and it'll just type in 0.00, and you get a free download.
Or type in 44444.
Yeah, type that in.
444.
As many fours as you want.
Literally. Yeah, it's free download, but you can pay as little or as much as you want to. So if you want to give me a penny or you want to give me $1 million, you can. And yeah, that's how it works. It's really cool.
Derek Jones says Ashton's music breathes.
Yeah. Nice. Breeze.
Thank you.
A couple people say, yay, West Coast.
Yeah, Samantha's on the West Coast too. I'm really excited.
I think that you said it. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I lived in California in 2010, so I've been wanting to go back ever since, and tried to go back last year, and that kind of fell through. And now I'm going back because I love it there. It's so warm. It's getting cold.
Yeah. It snowed today. First time it snowed here in Maryland, or Cumberland at least.
Looks like I'm going to California tomorrow.
It wasn't so that bad.
Snowboarding.
Yeah, I do potentially want a snowboard. But,
Take pictures. You guys have fun.
whoa, I don't know. I want to snowboard everywhere. I want to play a show at a snowboarding competition so bad.
That'd be really cool.
That sounds fun.
Like, it'll be snow everywhere, and my guitar playing abilities will go down a lot.
Can we put your big space
it'll be so
snowsuit?
fun.
I will be in the competition, and I want to win first place and honor Spaceship Earth.
Ooh.
Just put the trophy on your desk when you play.
Aww.
That would be the best.
Dude. Yeah, you're like the best snowboarder in the world. I've never seen anyone snowboard better than you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I really.
Backflips, I've seen him do like 720s. It's crazy.
Practice and persistence and positivity.
Yeah.
3 P's. The 3 P's.
Yeah, the 4 P's.
Mm.
Passion, persistence, patience, and
What was the fourth one?
what was the fourth one?
Yeah, I don't think you said it.
It was did I say persistence? I think I said persistence. Let's go with
Power. I don't know.
we're just having fun.
Yeah. Man, it's so cool to see Laura, like, it's like
Aww.
we see Laura and she'll, like,
I just love listening to you
with
guys. It's comforting.
yeah.
It's
How's,
like
your,
magic.
how's your music going, Laura?
It's going really well. Ashton and I have kind of talked about collaborating a little bit on this album for my friend who just passed away. We were going to possibly do like a song on it for that when he gets out here. So I think it'll be really fun. I've been practicing on that and just working with all that, but still want to do White Rabbit.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah, that's what we're going to remix, hopefully. So,
What's that? What's
White
White
Rabbit
Rabbit?
by Jefferson Airplane. You heard it, Sela?
We'll listen to it later.
I can't see the chats. All I can see is you guys. I don't know what everyone's saying. Yeah, our turtle.
Dude, man, I said 8 thoughts at once. I was just going to say something about turtles, but then I realized at Rootwire this year, this festival that I played, I met this painter who about a year ago made a painting called Spaceship Earth. And it was Jonathan Solter. Check out Jonathan Solter's Spaceship Earth painting. It's a turtle flying through space that happens to be the Earth on the back of its. There's the Earth on the back of its turtle shell. There's like this goddess like representation of Gaia, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, That's the craziest thing ever. I don't know what to think. I mean, I've gotten a lot of downloads about like, I mean, turtles like are symbolic of like going slow and being patient and being strong over time, and there's always this "chances are good" lyric that I think of that's like swimming on the turtle's back, looking out at the stars. So just this imagery of like you're on a huge turtle looking out at the stars like while it's swimming, and like the ocean is the universe. And so I had already had that in mind, and then he's like my favorite rapper, so to see that painting was mind-blowing. I've experienced a lot of synchronicities with the name Spaceship Earth since I started. Like I didn't really realize that Buckminster Fuller's, that place in Epcot Disney, was Spaceship Earth. There's like this neutron monitor involved with NASA that's called Spaceship Earth. There's a bunch of songs called Spaceship Earth that I'd never heard of until after I came up with the name. Few things. It's like crazy. I didn't know.
I do remember you dragging me over to see that painting, and I was very excited about it because Jonathan Salter is one of my favorite artists, and I actually contacted him and hoping he'll get back to us about being on the podcast.
Yeah, right here is the artist of the album of the remix album.
And he actually inspired the background because I love his Bismuth Ascension painting.
Yep, and Jonathan Salter inspired the painting in general, so it's all connected, and we didn't really plan it that way at all.
Yeah, for sure.
I can show the original, even though it's completely
check out
different.
the original. It's way different. We morphed it on the digital scale.
Oh, whoa. That is so cool.
It's actually not even finished, but I wanted to make sure that I could edit it enough to put his symbol over it, so I'm pretty excited about it.
I love
I
the
started this today. What'd you say, sweetheart?
I love the colors. They're so beautiful.
They seem really Ashton-y.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it the second I saw it. I was like, that's it. That's the one.
This painting's actually been to Asheville with us, and Michigan, and several other places that you've traveled
That's
with me.
wild.
Yeah, it's stayed in my car and sat beside you like through all those trips.
Yeah, that's true. I was in the backseat for like 50 plus hours or something right after the painting.
Yeah, it's been
No idea it was there.
traveling peace.
You say travel in peace?
Peace?
Like pee? Like the letter P?
No, but
Peace.
peace.
Peace is good. So I think we're coming up here towards the end of the podcast. I was going to see if there was anybody who wanted to come and ask a question on the live cam. Or
We have to give away a t-shirt too.
Oh.
Who wants a t-shirt?
Spaceship Earth t-shirts.
I can't say that. I want a t-shirt. How are you giving away the t-shirt, you guys?
I feel like we should have a contest or a question for the chat room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back into the chat room, you guys.
Okay.
We miss
Bye.
you.
Love
you.
Love you.
Bye. Yeah.
How are the prizes usually done? Like someone asks a question or sends in a question?
Yeah, usually some people send in a question. I like that having somebody answer a question in the chat room.
Yeah, let's have. All right, so everyone in the chat room. Now I have to come up with something cool.
Yeah.
You can make everybody in the chat room pick a number. You could write the number down and flip it over. That way it's already been chosen.
You ask a question about Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth question?
Something that you've said during the podcast.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, well, how about
Maybe if somebody remembered who you said your favorite remix song was today.
Yeah, earlier in the podcast, does anyone remember what my favorite track to work on in the upcoming album was? That's a good contest.
It's a good contest.
Gotta focus.
Answer.
You have to give him just a minute. We do have a slight lag.
We have a little delay, but not enough to be anything.
It ain't nothing.
How many songs are on your remix album?
There's 12 songs. It was going to be 11 until the last second. I added the third track, the Tequila song.
Which has been awesome.
I made that song faster than any other song I've ever made. It happened in it felt like 3 seconds. It was probably like a few hours.
You really did make
And then,
it
like,
so
2 days.
fast. Like, I was cooking dinner and you started like mixing it. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to scream Tequila.
Yeah, that's probably the most dancey track on the album. I really had fun with that one. It was so fun.
Did she answer the question?
No, but they are sending more questions.
More questions?
Hold on.
No, I think
I lost it.
Look like Samantha got it.
Slow down, crazy. Slow down.
We got this.
Yeah.
She said, what is the Alice Space Doll one? But that's not what the answer to the question was.
No, that's wrong.
I was watching.
That was a good Jeopardy type response.
Yeah.
Barbara says, the Spaceship Earth make videos. There is actually at least one.
We're in the process of shooting music videos. I've been shooting some video blogs, and I've been just going to nature shooting videos that have nothing to do with Spaceship Earth. Just me filming Earth, which is what I love. And I'll start posting those, which are, I think, just fun. But yeah, I want to get our music video finished, and then I want to integrate live visuals into my live show as soon as possible too. Of me walking through nature, shoots from the music video, digital art that's created where it's you're going in space, and maybe work with a really good solid digital artist for that.
That's awesome. Samantha did get the question though. She did. She said Papadozio.
Can we have an applause?
Yeah.
I was hoping he would get on that when he realized that she won.
Someone won
Come on,
a
get on it.
t-shirt.
Get on it.
Oh
Play it with my ear.
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh, so many effects are trying to load right now.
It's not really working.
Okay, you got to announce the winner again.
All right.
And
Samantha is the winner of the t-shirt.
Yeah. Good job.
Yay!
Things are happening. That's the Project Bring Me to Life face.
Oh man! Yeah! It's like everyone's made of fireworks.
Guys, I need to know what you think of this. Have you ever seen the bodysuits that people are completely covered in? I think that CeeLo needs to get one for next year's festival season so he can run around like this and be the Project Bring Me to Life guy.
Oh.
I think that would be awesome.
And then I can interview people like
Yes.
Oh,
Because they would be totally interested.
that would be super
I want to get
neutral
one
way
with
to
the
present yourself.
I want to get the galaxy on it too, because we have the guy with the galaxy going like this. CeeLo loves to run around festivals. It'd be
Dude,
awesome.
I've seen that.
Let's do it. It's been in my
You should
dream.
be a walking galaxy.
It's happening.
Or the Project Bring Me to Life background for the chat, that should be the suit.
Yeah.
And you'll just, oh my god, especially at night.
Yeah, it'd make it glow. Shine down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome for interviewing next year. I can't wait to video that.
Christmas present.
Oh, it's happening.
Christmas
It's going
is
in the
our
stocking.
favorite holiday.
It's going in the stocking.
It's going in the
That's
stocking.
really good stuff in that. Cool. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
Oh man, there's so many things we could talk about or not.
Everybody
talk about.
says that's a cosmic idea. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
They said, now that says Project Bring Me to Life.
You
Yes.
would be a fractal.
I'm so excited right now.
I like to be Andromeda.
Yeah.
Andromedan galaxy.
It sounds pretty serious.
Oh, there was something I wanted to ask you earlier, and that was, are you an ET that has incarnated on Earth to play your music, like your ET music to the humans.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Yeah. It's my understanding that I chose to incarnate here on purpose to help raise the collective consciousness of Earth to a higher state of love and unity. So, yeah, I would say I don't feel like I'm from Earth. I know, I feel all souls are eternal. And so, you know, this is just as true for anyone else, that you're not really from here, but I feel like I'm on a specific starseed mission of galactic importance to, I don't know, yeah, just like it's my heart. Like it sounds crazy, but I feel like, yeah, I incarnated here to spread love and everywhere I go. So I love you, I love him, I love her. Not because I have to, though. Just because that's what I love to do.
Somebody asked if they could see one of the Spaceship Earth shirts.
Yeah, does someone want to see a Spaceship Earth t-shirt? Because we got a few.
Figured I'd let you pick which one.
Now that you know what this is the main Spaceship Earth symbol. Spacey. A few different kinds.
It actually means Earth, too.
Yeah, that's the it's like a druid symbol, or like just like yeah, just like an ancient symbol for Earth. So not only is it a Spaceship Earth symbol, but it's an ancient symbolic message for all of us. Oh, and maybe this will be Samantha's.
Nice. Those are so cool too.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
A little preview.
I had some patches made for you, too. I just don't know where they're at.
House elf.
House elf. We have a house elf. His name's Ralph.
Ralph.
As in Matthew, maybe? I'm not sure.
Raphael.
He comes and goes.
Yeah. Yeah, aliens are cool. I think crystals are cool. Just all of reality, I'm just so thankful to be in the middle of it. I feel like it's some crazy dream that we're just hurling through space, like orbiting a huge light that's like 1,000,000 times bigger than our planet, and we haven't had contact with any other beings that we know of, like on a mass level. I just think that's all pretty insane. So I'm just like blown away. Like I feel like the trippiest thing is reality. Like you can take drugs, yeah, but you can just like look at a piece of grass. And that sounds kind of like a hippie, but like it took like a few billion years for grass to even be a thing, like for there to be plantation and oxygen and water. And you know, like what is water? What is light? All that stuff's pretty much, we can understand how it works, but we don't really know what it is. No one really knows what anything is. So I think it's all pretty cool just to be in the middle of it. It's like we're all creating this dream together, and the dream's getting better and better. The more we allow it to get better, the more we allow our true selves to shine, the more we create with intention and try to create inspiration and manifest unconditional love for the planet, because I think that's what it needs. You don't need to force your beliefs on anyone. People just need love. People don't need help. People need love. That's what I think. And you can help people by loving yourself. You can help people. That's how I made Spaceship Earth. It was a band, and then I realized that my message was getting watered down by having other people in it. So I love myself fully, and this is where it's got me. So it's pretty cool.
You're doing it.
It was spaceshipearth.bandcamp.com.
Spaceshipearth.bandcamp.com, and I will have the album fully uploaded on SoundCloud within a few hours.
Awesome. So check out his new album, and next Tuesday we're going to be on again at 8 p.m. here at projectdreamlife.com. Siluman.
I'm Ashton.
I'm Shannon.
Oh! That was just a thing.
It was. I was like, I guess we're going
No,
with
but
this.
seriously, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you for listening and even taking interest in Project Bring Me Life and Spaceship Earth. It means so much to us. It literally means the world to me that people are listening to. Like, I never thought as a kid growing up I would even have an album, let alone like two. And I never thought, you know, people would actually like it. And, you know, when I first got kicked out of a band after high school, I never really even thought music was something I would do for my whole life. So you just got to follow your highest passion, enjoy, and practice a lot and work really hard, and but be easy on yourself at the same time. And you'd be surprised how far it can take you if you just believe and have faith and stay open to miracles, because you're all a miracle. So be open to yourself.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ashton, for doing the podcast again.
Everybody in the chat loves you as much as we love you.
Well, I love you guys.
Tune in next week, and we'll see you again.
You can actually watch an Incubus video by Ashton live from Papa Pete's through the Project Bring Me to Life YouTube as well.
Nice.
Totally thing.
Check it out.
For those that wanted live footage. See you next time.
Love you.
Bye.